Hey everybody, it's Peter, and I got to see Deadpool 2, the IMAX version today. I almost didn't see it. There was a technical difficulty. We had to wait outside. And they said if we don't go in by 5:20, that's the normal roll time, they were going to reimburse us with 2-for-1 tickets, that kind of thing. Luckily, the plan went through, so we missed out on no trailers or anything like that. So we just dove right into the movie. I'm not going to spoil it. I may do a spoiler version later on, but I basically want people just to go see it. Again, as always, if you're new here, don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the notification button. I do post on a weekly basis, and let's just get to it. If you've seen all the trailers, most of the trailers do explain everything. And also the trailers are probably the better part of the movie. This is basically Terminator 2. Cable, played by Josh Brolin, is from the future. It's totally wrecked and post-apocalyptic or whatever. We don't know why. He has to come back in time to actually go after this kid who's called Russell Collins, a little chubby kid. He's called Fire Fist. I do believe it's based on the comics. If you know what the article is, leave a comment down below. But he supposedly does a bad deed, and Cable's trying to stop him because if he doesn't stop him, he will kill somebody and just get a taste for blood and just keep on killing. Deadpool's job most of this movie is to protect the kid. And by protecting the kid later in the movie, what they also do is create the X-Force, where you get, you see Domino and some of the other characters and Peter. And I like Peter's because I'm a Peter too, except I never jumped out of an airplane before. I just showed up for a wanted because I needed a job. I don't think I would have gone for that job either. What, you're going to go after this guy and jump in the thing? Yeah, I got nothing else better to do. We still have people coming back. TJ Miller as Weasel. We get Blind Al. We get Vanessa. Moraine Baccarin. We get Megasonic. Teen Warhead comes back with a bit of a haircut. She's got a girlfriend now who's also an X-Men. I guess to see Colossus. So they actually invested in an extra. They had a little bit more money this time. Also, the movie is directed by David Liech. He has a Germanic name who also it's hard to say. He's the same guy who did John Wick. I don't know if he did the second John Wick or not. He did do Atomic Blonde. I was not impressed with Atomic Blonde. He's a stuntman turned director. I think personally he should stick to stunt work. So he knows how to choreograph. He's like the Wu Ping North American movies. But yeah, I don't think he's a really good director. Again, this falls into the I was really looking forward to Deadpool 2 because I really like Deadpool 1. Canadian, filmed in Vancouver. You got a Canadian actor doing it. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. If you've seen him before, I've known Ryan Reynolds since Waiting. I never saw him with Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. I always like his wisecrackiness in the beginning. And we get all that again too. But what I didn't like in this one was I felt the movie was trying too hard to be funny. And there was also way too many callbacks to the first movie. So almost every other joke happened. Another thing. Oh, you know what? I don't think there was a Stan Lee cameo in this either. There was no giving up for Chastity. Yeah, there wasn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. Post it down below. They couldn't get Stan Lee. Come on. Yeah, again, it's all the same jokes. Oh, we got Dupinder back, driving his cab. He wants to become a mercenary now, too. And then when he finally does get the chance, he's like, yeah, I'm going to be back in the cab. This is too much for me. But again, overall, not bad. I didn't mind it. The audience seemed to like it. I might go see it again. I have a friend who wants to go see it. I might see it with them, or my BFF wants to go see it. I found it's the same when I saw Black Panther. I didn't mind it the first time. Wasn't too keen on the second time. Same with Avengers. I've seen Avengers 4 times so far, but the last 2 times, I almost dozed off. Basically, if you really like the first one and you're a Marvel fan and you like Ryan Reynolds and you want to see a bunch of jokes and dick and fart jokes, that kind of thing, go see the movie. And who's the villain? The villain there's a villain there. I won't tell you who the villain is. There's a few people that are villainous. Oh yes, and there's also a cameo villain as well that I remember hearing about. It's like, oh, there he is. He also got CG'd too, though. Actually, there was a line in the movie too. Oh, we get to see a CG fight between 2 CG characters. It was a fun movie. It's a popcorn movie, but I don't know. Maybe I keep setting my bar too high, and I should bring the bar down a little bit. But I thought, yeah, this should be really funny. It should be hilarious. Actually, you know what was really funny? The movie starting off was funny. They also did the silly credit. I didn't catch it right away, but they did the same thing. This movie's made by so and so. The real villains are the producers, and the same thing as DP1. But that's what's falling. They kept falling back on the same, and also the same beats of the story were almost the same. We start off with the silly credits, There's a backstory. He said, like, this is where we are now, but this is what happened before, and this is how we got to now. What else? And I was watching as the story went too, and like this song's dropping then, and this line is dropping then, and this is when we bump into Al again. It's like, wait a minute, didn't it all happen the same way? Like when Wade lost his hand, he shows up with Al. Wade loses some other body parts, he shows up with Al. What else was there? Yeah, it just kept. When I got near the end of the movie, I'm like, wait a minute, we're hitting the same beats again, just different dialogue and different things. But yeah, it's almost the same. If you watch the first movie and see how the movie progresses and all the different beats it hits, like we're doing this, then there's a big shootout, then there's a big thing, there's even a hero landing, and it's like these were all done. So it's almost like they're drawing back on. I actually half thought when I was driving home tonight, what would have been neat if Tim Miller didn't walk off the the project, and I would have liked to see his take on this because this is basically more action. So if you like John Wick, if you like Licht type stuff, then you might like this. But I found, yeah, it was too heavy on some things and not enough on other things. And it made fun of, like, and I want to get into all the different ones again. We'll mention that in the spoiler. I might point out some of the movie Easter eggs, like, is almost every genre except for, I think, a rom-com was sort of poked fun at. Like, oh, we're kind of like this movie, or we're going to make it those kind of movies, you know. And the way the movie started and introed, and if you've seen, there was a video of him with Celine Dion that's actually tied into the movie as well. But yeah, overall, it was okay. I might give it a B minus, you know, something out of whatever. I'll give it, like I said, that's my new category. Not bad, not great. But I put out to you guys. What did you think? Have you seen it already? Have you gone out today, or did you go see last night? The midnight showing. Are you planning to see it this weekend? In Canada, it's a long weekend, so you got like 3 days to go see it. And as always, leave your comments down below. And as always, also, did you like my video? Did you not like my video? Don't forget, if you're new here, hit subscribe, hit notifications. I do post on a weekly basis. And as always, we will see you in the next one.